you how I make a video, and in this case I'm gonna show you how I made a 15-second long video. I used basic techniques and also some more complicated things to make this clip, and I'm gonna try to explain it as best as I can, but I also advise you to watch the previous tutorials because they can help. But if you still don't find the answer to your question, just ask me in the comment section below. I also split this 15-second long video into 5 parts when I made this tutorial, so it's easier to explain. And I also listed all the techniques that you are gonna need in that particular part. So I'm gonna show you that 15 seconds long video now, and then I'm gonna start with the tutorial. I hope you will like it. Bye guys!
Waking up to ash and dust, I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing in the chemicals.
So the first thing I always do is put markers where the beats are in the song, and you can do this by pressing M on your keyboard, and you can find the beats most likely where the lines on the audio track are getting suddenly higher, so that means the drum or kick is there. Since I want in the audio of the clips, I'm right clicking on the track and pressing deleting track, and then I'm adding a new video track by right clicking and add video track, and then I press mute on the track that I have my clips on. I also change the order of the tracks by clicking on the bottom one and dragging it upwards.
I'm waking up to ash and dust, I wipe my brow.
So I already knew I wanted to start with her opening her eyes on the first beat, so I'm trying to find the point where she opens her eyes and then position it on the first marker, and then I'm pan cropping it to the position I want it to. Right now I'm gonna press S on the keyboard to split the clips into 3, and I'm gonna speed up the middle part, so it's gonna speed up her eyes swirling into the bluish color. And right now I'm just highlighting the part to play it back to see if it works. I want to position it more into a zoomed in position, so the focus is on the eyes. Right now I'm just right clicking on the first key and clicking on copy, and then clicking on paste on the middle part, and doing the same for the third part, so all of the 3 clips are in the same position. I decided to cut the first few frames of the video because I didn't need it. For the masking, you are gonna need a copy of the clip where we sped up her eyes changing into the very blue color, and when you're done with that, we are gonna add black and white effect to the bottom clip, but we are gonna make it to become black and white. For that you are gonna need to add a key right about there, and that is gonna be the 100% black and white, and your beginning key is gonna be the 0% black and white, so it's gonna slowly change into black and white. We are gonna do the masking, and for that you are gonna need to click on the pan and crop on the top video, and make sure that you are on the mask level, not on the position level, and make sure to check the box next to the mask. And we are gonna need the anchor creation tool. We are gonna draw around the eyes by left clicking on different points around the eyes. And when you are gonna make the second selection, just make sure that you are pressing shift on your keyboard so you can do multiply selections. And you can see that since we have been zoomed in on the eyes, the mask is not really where we want it to be, but we can fix it by clicking on the normal edit tool instead of the anchor creation tool, and moving the little keys until we can see that it's in the position around the eyes. And right here I'm right clicking and delete path on the left selection because it's in a completely wrong position, and I'm just gonna add a new selection by pressing shift and then left clicking around an area in a circle shape. Here you can see a full image of how the masking looks like. So it's not perfect, but it looks good in my opinion. And here I'm deleting a few frames from the top clip.
I'm waking up to ash and dust. I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust.
Alright, so in this part I'm gonna randomly place different clips right between the markers, so the two clips are gonna meet right on the marker. And if my clip is not long enough, I'm gonna slow it down by pressing Ctrl on the keyboard and left clicking and dragging it to the right. Right now I'm gonna split the helicopter clip into two and speed up the first part, so the helicopter flying slows down right at the marker. And for the blue lights clip, I'm gonna insert a new video track and set it to lighten, and then make a copy of the blue lights clip on the lighten track. And with pen crop I'm gonna zoom in so we can see both of the clips, and then I'm just gonna add the black and white to the top clip. And after that I'm gonna also add a film camera effect which is gonna make it shake and flicker a little bit. And I also decided that I want the bottom clip to move, so for that I'm just gonna add a key point right there, and I'm gonna set the starting key into a zoomed in position, so it's gonna zoom out in the first few frames. And then I also wanna make it zoom in, so I'm gonna add a key point at the very end and make it zoom in a little bit, so it's gonna move the whole time.
I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing in the chemicals.
So for the shooting clips, I want the gun to go off right on the marker, so I'm gonna position it to that point, and I'm just gonna fade in and fade out both of the clips. And after I'm done with that, I'm gonna select the desert kiss clips, and I'm gonna add the zoomed in one onto the lighten layer. I'm gonna make a copy of that clip, and I'm gonna press S on the keyboard to split up both of these clips, and I'm doing this so that I can make the flashing images. So one clip is gonna be the zoomed in one, and the next is the zoomed out one, and I'm just placing them right after the other, and that's gonna cause the images to change very quickly, and it's gonna be the flashing images. But I want it to be more interesting, so I'm just right clicking on a clip and pressing video clip pan crop, and I'm gonna position them differently on each clip so it doesn't look like the same two clips are changing. Right now I'm adding a shake transition between the blue lights clip and the kiss clip, and you can see the settings to the shake effect right here. For the car clip I edited very randomly. You will see it right here. I just made a copy of the car clip, and I'm gonna right click on it and click reverse, which is gonna play it back. and make another copy of that and unclick the reverse. And now I'm pressing S again on the keyboard and splitting the two clips at the very same point, and deleting a section from the top one and then deleting the next section from the bottom one, and then putting back together. And right here I'm moving the first section in the middle of the original car clip. So you can see it was very random, but sometimes it can look very cool if you play with reverse randomly.
Wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing in the chemicals.
For the couch kiss section, we are gonna need two clips, and I'm positioning it right between the two markers right there. And I needed to slow down the second clip to fit between the markers. I'm gonna make a copy of that clip and place it on the lighten track and position it so we can see both of the clips as we did before. And I'm just gonna do the same and add black and white, and also add the earthquake effect this time, and you can see the settings right there. And I'm gonna fade in and fade out both of the clips, and I'm gonna make the bottom clip disappear sooner, and I'm also gonna make it zoom in towards the end, and I'm also gonna make the first clip zoom in so it flows better. I decided to also add the earthquake effect to the bottom clip, but change the settings a little bit. And I'm gonna add a shake transition between the first and the second clip, so it's gonna shake on the beat. And I'm also adding a multiply images zooming effect to the first clip. And for fading out transitions, I'm gonna use a roll. And I'm slowing down the top clip so the transition fits better with the music. With the mirror clip, I'm gonna position it to the left, and I'm gonna speed up the first part when she arrives to the mirror. And I'm gonna do that by splitting the clip when at the point when she arrives closer to the mirror, and then speeding up the first part and then slowing down the second part, so it's gonna slow down right at the marker. I'm gonna fade in and fade out the clips, and I'm also gonna change the zooming effect so it's not that harsh.
Breathing in the chemicals. I'm breaking in.
With the ending, I chose two clips. One is when he grabs her in the kitchen, and it fits the music quite well in my opinion, so I just position it to the part where I want it to happen with the music. And for the second clip, I chose the one with the flashlight, and I'm slowing down this clip as well, and I'm gonna fade out the first one and fade in the next one, so it goes to black right between them as the music goes quiet too. For the cave part, I chose these two clips to change between the markers as well, but I felt like I needed something more for the last part of it, so I wanted to make the flashing images effect again. So for that I chose a third clip, and I split it up into little parts, and I split up the bottom clip as well into parts as we did before. The little clips are gonna alternate between these two clips, and when I played it back I decided to end this sequence with the clip where you can see both of them. so I'd made a copy of one of the little clips and made it longer and positioned it to the very end of that. And for this part I'm gonna adjust the clips to fit the music better. And as we did before, I'm pan cropping all these clips so it doesn't look like two clips changing the whole time. I'm gonna add the roll transition to the very first clip again, since the clip before it ends with the roll transition as well. And this is it.